Hey guys, I am back and today I am going to be doing the third installment to my quarterly favorites series. This is something that I started doing this year so that every once in a while I could take stock of what I've been really loving and appreciating lately, and it's just fun to think about the past 3 months, what I've been using the most and what I've been really looking forward to use. So we are back. I will link the previous two down below for your viewing pleasure, but without further ado, let's hop straight into these favorites. So a couple beauty favorites. The first is this Ole Henriksen Lemonade Smoothing Scrub. This is just a little mini, and I started off as panning it through my skincare project pan, and after I stopped doing that, now that I've taken a more relaxed approach with skincare, I like this so much more. I just kind of use it whenever my skin is feeling kind of gunky. That sounds so weird, but whenever my skin's feeling bumpy, my pores feel kind of clogged, and this doesn't claim to clean out your pores or do anything like that. It just kind of makes my skin feel really gently refreshed and smooth, and then I can just go in with some hydrating skincare and my face feels really balanced rather than feeling stripped or irritated. And so although I don't know if I'll ever be able to justify buying Ole Henriksen products myself and not just a little sample kit, I really liked this. And it's almost done, so you're gonna be seeing it in empties here coming up soon. Another beauty related favorite is this nail polish. It's by Essie. It's the shade Haute in the Heat. I've worn this a bunch of times throughout the summer. It's on my toes right now. It exploded because I took it with me on a weekend away with my family. And yeah, this is another product that as soon as I stopped panning it, I entered I've entered a love affair with this product, and frankly, I don't know how much is left in this, but I feel like I'm gonna use it up just because I've been wanting nothing but this on my nails. It is the summer of hot pink and Barbie colors, and I like fall, but I'm not a fall girly. I enjoy it. I don't lose my mind over it. So this will definitely be creeping its way even into October, November, just because it is such a beautiful color. Then the next product is going to be this. Something that I actually thought I hated. I've actually given away a couple mini sample sizes of these because I thought I didn't like this mascara. And it's the Lancome Monsieur Big. I don't know if it was a different Lancome mascara or if I got a weird one or if I was just wrong. I don't know. But this one has a really big brush. It coats my lashes really easily, and the mascara sets. It doesn't stay sticky or tacky, but it doesn't set instantly. So I do have time to kind of wiggle around my lashes and fan them out while I'm doing my mascara, which is what I really want. I want kind of a fanned out effect where my eyes look framed and nothing crazy. So I've been really liking this one. It also comes off relatively easily. I did take a quick, I was waiting in the pool and I slipped and I went under the pool and I came back up and I just kind of dried off my face, didn't smear anything, and my makeup looked fine. This didn't run everywhere. So when my eyes are really watery, it will come off my lower lashes, but it doesn't leave those big streaks of black. It just kind of as I'm dabbing away my watery eyes, which happens sometimes, allergies, planes, tiredness, whatever reason, and it'll come off my lower lash lines. It's not waterproof, but it doesn't make a mess. So this one's fabulous. And another thing that I don't think I'll ever be able to justify purchasing for myself, but I kind of love it. Something that is in a project pan, and I always feel silly including my project pan items in these videos, but genuinely I have been loving this product, and it is the Smashbox Cover Shop Matte Palette. If you want to get caught up on my pan, that palette series, I'll link it down below. But this palette just has such a beautiful color story. I'll insert some good pictures of it now. I don't want to spoil the progress because my update is coming up for this, but it's so easy, and because it's got purples and browns, I can do really basic looks, or I can do some kind of more colorful looks. I can mix it with shimmers if I have shimmers. I can just take like a highlighter or something that I'm using on my cheeks and mix it in and like get some shimmer. But even when I don't do that, I think that the shadows blend so beautifully. They kind of, I feel like when I first apply them, they look more intense than when I look back in the mirror like 20 minutes later, which is nice because I feel like that means I can kind of, I don't want to say go ham, but I can really like build up the eyeshadow and I don't have to worry about it looking crazy, because there's just something about the formula that softens a little bit after like an hour or so of wear. And because of that, I find it really wearable for every day. And I've just been taking like the browns and doing really easy looks with the brown all over the lid and in the crease, and then a darker brown or maybe the purple in like the outer corner and on my upper and lower water like lash line. And I think it looks so nice. It looks classic. And yeah, again, and also this palette is so small. It's so easy to travel with. I know that people say that a lot, and then it's like, how often are you traveling? I have been out of town like 5 times over the past 3 months at least, maybe even like 6. And so because of that, it actually has been coming so much in handy. And I've even used the pink as a blush, and I want to try the middle brown shade as a brow shade for me. And I think I could potentially get like almost a full face out of this palette if I really tried. And now that I say that, I kind of want to do that as a video. So yeah, this is a really nice palette. If you like mattes, if you like having like some really dependable mattes, this is a good idea. And then you could just have some single shadows, some ColourPop Super Shock shadows, or a cream shadow stick to do your shimmers and your colors and all of that. Some media and entertainment favorites, because I always like to talk about at least one book. I have been obsessed with rewatching all of Vanderpump Rules. I'm kind of like halfway through season 5 right now. I watched it growing up, but like when the first season came out, I was like 11 or 12, so I was like, oh, these guys are idiots. But I didn't quite appreciate it as much as I'm appreciating it now, watching them all just kind of like figure out who they are, make mistakes, make the same mistakes, fight, all of those things. So it's definitely been fun, and it's been very interesting given all of the media attention that the show has gotten over the past year. Going back and watching like some of the things that they are claiming happened that didn't happen, things that they didn't mention that they probably should have, all of those kinds of things. So it's definitely been fun rewatching, and that's kind of just what I put on the background when I'm like cooking or something like that. And then something only a little bit more intellectual, my book favorites. I couldn't pick between okay, if I had to pick one book favorite, like I think this might be my favorite book I read in all of 2023. It's Book Lovers by Emily Henry. This book is so cute. I just can't get over the instant chemistry between the first 2 main characters. They don't even really try to like, will they, won't they? Like, I feel like that happens in a lot of romance novels where it's like, clearly these 2 are the ones who are going to fall in love because the book is focusing on them. But like, come on, when are they going to get there? This one, they have like this instant chemistry and attraction that's really wonderful. And then they're both just such kind characters. They each have their own things going on. They're not perfect, but I feel like they just both have a lot of heart. And this is a selfish side note, but as a tall girl, the characters' musings about dating as a tall woman are spot on. There's a dating scene where she goes in and the guy's like, why are you so tall? Genuinely has happened to me at least like 3 times, and I've been on like 6 dates. So it's a thing that truly does happen. And so it kind of like made me happy to just feel like I could identify with the character in that way. So that was really fun. I love this book, and I think this might be my favorite book of 2023. And then another book and movie, and I liked both, but like, I'll get into my thoughts, is Red, White, and Royal Blue. I really, really love this book. All of my friends did. We've all read this copy, so it's starting to get a little busted, but we really loved it. I feel like the banter between Henry and Alex is just so cute. They're both so witty individually, and then when you kind of pair them together, they're just so funny. So I definitely loved this book. It was so cute, and it was definitely whimsical. Like, I think the author herself describes in the back as kind of like this escapist fantasy world where the pandemic didn't happen. You know, there wasn't an insurrection, like all of these kind of things that, especially in the United States, that we've had happen over the last 4 years, never happened in this little beautiful book. And you've got these two characters who really care about each other, and so it's really, really sweet. And the movie was also very sweet. One thing I noticed, the book is from Alex's perspective for the most part. It's not an internal monologue like I did this, I did that, but it follows the character Alex. So I noticed in the show, I understood why people wanted to punch him much more than in the book. Like, his character is constantly like getting in trouble and getting on people's nerves, and in the book I was like, I mean, yeah, he's a little mouthy, but like, this is kind of taking it a step far. And then in the movie I was like, yeah, I kind of want to punch him too sometimes. And then there was, because the characters are so witty and so thoughtful with their words, there were a couple of times where I wish that they had just pulled dialogue right from the book instead of having rewritten it, because I feel like the way it was written was so powerful and so beautiful that I was a little disappointed with the way it was rewritten. And that's the kind of thing where, like, they can't just copy paste the whole book, because then you'd be watching an 8-hour movie, because it takes you like 8 hours to read a 400-page book. I'm not a very fast reader, but like, that's how long I think it took me to read this. So because of that, I know that like the movie's never going to be as good. I've never like watched a movie and been like, that was like just the same as reading the book, but regardless of that, I did really like this. So that is everything for today's video. If you like these quarterly favorites, please let me know down below. I'm having a lot of fun. It makes starting about a month before I film them, I start thinking about what I've been using and what I really like. So I do think this is a really fun thing to sit down and think about. So if you enjoy it too, please let me know down below. And other than that, I hope you are having an incredible, awesome day wherever you are, and that I get to see you in a future video. Thanks, guys!